Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to Gift of Healing TV and technical difficulties. I love it. And laughter is a great sound. It's a sound that's missing from all our lives. This evening, we are bringing you Upgrade Your Cells with Sound Energy. So myself, David, and Joanne, who was here and seems to have got a technical problem, I'm guessing, her end with the internet. So I hope she gets to join us because she and I have been having a great conversation. David got to join us, who was having technical difficulties as well. So don't you just enjoy technology?
I come in and I must have kicked her out.
You got to speak to her. So, and I don't know where you are in the world, folks, whether you're watching this live, but it is very hot here down in the south of the UK. But David, you're saying in Scotland it isn't quite so warm.
No, I think we've got it more reasonable. It's been really nice today. I think it's done 18, 19 at the most. So I think it's just that time of the evening where it's beginning to cool down a little bit.
I wish here. But anyway, we shouldn't complain. It's not as if it happens every day of the week, every week of the year. And there are those times of the year when a lot of people say, oh, I wish it was summer. I could wrap up against the cold. Anyway, we're bringing you sound energy. We're going to have a little chat first, and hopefully Joanne will get back on. But obviously, if there's an internet connection problem, because I know they've got an awful lot of heat out there where she is in the States, she was saying it's really, really hot there. They couldn't live without their air conditioning, and they just couldn't do it. So we'll just sort of talk a little bit about sound. We're going to be talking about sound energy for ourselves. So David, would you like to start?
Yes, thank you. I suppose sound came into my environment maybe, I suppose, about a year, just over a year and a half ago. And I got drawn to what I use at the moment, which is the crystal chalices, or the crystal grails as they're known. And I was down in a shop. Oh, Joanne, welcome back. I was down in a shop in the Scottish borders in Peebles, and the guy had so many fantastic sound tools there. And so the ones that drew me were the crystal grails or the chalices. And I'd had the odd singing bowl, never had done anything with it. But once I started connecting to these chalices, the sound that reverberated through me, I've never felt anything like it. And when I started asking him about them, they all have like a solfeggio frequency or a high frequency that creates a healing or a calming, or has a well-being frequency to it. So I started looking into all of this, and I didn't know whether at that time there was a shift in my work. I didn't know whether I was going to be using them for personal healing in my healing practice, or where they were going to fit. But I just knew I had to have a set of 3. So the mortgage went out anyway, and then, but I do not regret them. But what I'm finding now, I'm playing them for myself. The sound of one of the grails is going into my aura mists, so that's enhancing the water in there. And then the rest of the time, I take the grails out into nature, or to where I feel places need to be cleared, or where that sound can reverberate out to and do whatever it needs to do. And then I started working with sound and water, which I've got water flasks here. And just playing the sound around the water jugs is enhancing and changing the water and clearing it. So there's a lot going on. So I'm really working a lot with Mother Nature with this sound, and especially whenever I play the grails, I'm placing it. I'm doing it near the water, so it can carry that message to wherever it reaches. So, and that's going to support others that come in contact with that area, and of course, it's going to help our chakras or the different frequencies that each of the grails have.
Yeah. Yeah, David, thank you. So we're just talking, just do a little bit of talking before we start, and we'll obviously do all the sound. We'll follow on one from each other as we have done with some of our others. So obviously we're doing this for upgrading ourselves. So what are your thoughts, Joanne?
When we're doing our sounding, we're transmitting light. And I believe that to upgrade ourselves, it's about bringing in more light and allowing everything to, in taking in that light, we are also releasing the stuff that's ready to go. It's a wonderful, natural, organic process of releasing what's ready to go and bringing in more light. And as we hold more and more light, our frequency is going higher and higher, and everything is getting upgraded. And we're in a time of just getting these wonderful opportunities to reboot our entire system. You know, so that's how I see this, is giving people an opportunity to soak in the vibrations that we're sharing, to clear out what's ready to go and just bring in more and more light as part of our ascension process. That's what this is.
And sound is so phenomenal. It really is. I work with it mainly with toning, although I have my drum, I have my singing bowl, and I have various other bits and pieces around. But knowing that when I work with my voice, with the toning, that I can actually support people to connect at a cellular memory level. And so that's what you're saying. When I'm helping people to connect at that level with themselves, with a memory that their body is holding, but their mind necessarily isn't. You know, something suddenly happens and you think, wow, I'd forgotten all about that. But it was still held deep within you at a cellular memory level.
Yes.
You don't even have to remember what it was. Suddenly there's an energy and you can feel a release with this. And that is what's really important here. And I love the fact that you were talking about the water. Because what are we, something like 90% water or something? How much water is there in each of us? And with the temperatures we've been having, an awful lot more, I think.
Yes.
And maybe sort of it's holding that glass and holding that energy. And even if it's not a matter of sound, it's just thinking about the energy of love, the energy of caring, maybe it's the energy of hydration, whatever it is. But if you're holding that and you're feeling anger, water can take the energy that you are feeling. So if you're actually thinking about, oh, I love singing, think about what you are singing. Something bright, cheerful, happy, loving, something that's got a really good energy. And just bring it to the toning is brilliant. I've done toning with crystals and it's changed the feel of them. People have held a crystal that I haven't worked with and held a crystal I have. Same type of crystal. And the difference in that energy from it receiving the sound to not receiving the sound.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be that you've got a house full of crystals. Do you know what? Let the energy of this because those crystals will be supporting you, and they require the support too. They require re-energizing, cleansing, etc. So as much as we're saying upgrade your cells, maybe it's the support of a crystal to do that as well. And maybe this sound will come to the crystal. Maybe this sound will go to the glass of water you're drinking. I think for all of us, we will hold the intention for the highest good of everybody that hears this.
Yes. And may I just follow on with something that's so interesting to me? This was many years ago, maybe 15 years ago or so. I was doing regular sound healing, and she had crystals everywhere. And she noticed after I had been there a few times that the crystals actually looked different. When she looked inside of them, they looked completely different than they did when we started out. So the toning and our intentions for the healing of the group actually showed up in the crystals because their whole character changed. And we are becoming more crystalline as well. You know, so we literally are changing our cellular structure when we do this work.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like the crystals and the water. Dr. Emoto proved that.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. And David, you talked about sort of taking your crystal goblets out into nature, and especially by water. And I love going to a sort of river or a stream and taking the energy to that, because you know that's flowing down through the land and it will eventually go out to the sea, and it's taking that energy everywhere that it goes.
Absolutely. As Dr. Emoto said, like you mentioned, you know, he learned that even if you spoke to water, it had an amazing or detrimental effect on the plants he was watering it with. And so it has a memory that it carries. And it's not going to be discerning. Whatever we say, whatever we put there, whatever our intention is going to be held. So the more we can put positive words into water, or positive high frequency solfeggio sounds into water, then the more that's going to go. And if it rains on somebody and, you know, they take the water or they're in the water, they're receiving that message, yes, receiving that higher frequency of sound or intention, whatever it's doing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's trusting it throughout. It really is. So I hadn't really had any thoughts. Is there anybody who would like to go first?
I'll go first if you like.
No, that's fine, David. That's absolutely fine. Joanne, do you want to go second or last?
I'll go last. I'm still trying to recover from getting kicked out of here twice and trying to find my way back in.
It wasn't my fault, honestly.
I don't know what happened.
Well, I come on and you went, so it wasn't my fault.
Oh my goodness! No, I think Mercury is playing tricks with us now.
Well,
sorry.
Offer to the guys upstairs. Please support. You want us to get these energies out there. Help us.
Yeah. I'm going to be playing 3 grails. And if people just want to sit and listen with it and just absorb, hopefully the sound is clear enough coming across the internet.
Okay. Can I start with something, David? Can everybody ground? You've got roots in the base of your feet, the base of your spine. Please invite them down into Mother Earth, deep into Mother Earth, anchoring into Mother Earth. Mother Earth is sending up her love and her protection through your roots, into your feet, up into your legs, up into your whole body, totally surrounding and protecting you. We hold the intention, these energies are for your highest good. We will now mute ourselves and leave it to you, David. Thank you.
Thank you. So if you just want to sit and absorb the sound, if you want to ask the frequencies afterwards, after I've played all three grails, that's fine. But just if you just want to sit and now relax and just allow the sound to flow. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Okay. This isn't going to be about what you hear. It is about what you feel. And I believe that with all sound energy. Just trust the feelings. Meshta hastakaitimi, herta haishina kitayama, halantaranato eshiane tayakamai, teha echemi, tonta hanterenche, yistantranaka hantema, lehestnokore mi, che ta e iti e nia kapatena, sentarata chiki ai, natara natiki opatanaki, yostanakai chi ma, he sta nakate, ki toramakachi I a, the hastanakoi chi natare, na hantaraka chi mi, te hanata cheni keta, lestira nakai chi ma, hare naka chemi kitia na te ichi neka, lestarangati neche, dakarana to chemi, tere chea kene te me karana kate chima,
Thank you both. They were both beautiful offerings. So I'm just going to be working with pure sound through my voice I'm not going to use any extra instruments. Just asking the divine to move through me, through my vocal cords, and also through my hands. Just being a vehicle to transmit the highest frequencies that we can possibly access at this time for the highest good of everyone listening now and yet to listen. And so it is.
Thank you so much to both of you. Joanne, have you got your water feature going?
No.
But it sounds to me like there's water running.
No, I turned it off.
Well, it's making itself known.
Yes, it said, no, I wanted to be heard today. Thank you very much.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's start with David, and then obviously if anybody wants to make a little share about sort of what they've experienced here. There were times almost, David, when I felt that they were trying to speak. They weren't words, but you felt there was an energy of communication beyond just the sound, and I don't mean just the sound because obviously the sound. It was, and all three of them did it. It was. I don't know whether you've turned your mic back on or not, but you haven't. And so it was. Yes, it was. It was very strange because the first time, you know, it's almost as if that's a voice. I can't make out words, but I get the sense there's something. So if anybody sort of watching this now or later sort of thinks, actually, do you know what? I got the same sense. I'd love to know I'm not going mad. And Joanne, thank you. I love experiencing sound energy, and I got the feeling that all of that seemed to be aimed at heart for me. It doesn't matter whether it was aimed, whether other people felt it in different places in their body. I just felt that it was all heart related. And cells of our heart, we need that.
Yes, so, sure.
Brilliant. Thank you so very much. David, how did you find all of that?
It was so... I'll answer your question about the grails. I hope you can hear me now. Yeah, the more I'm working with them, the more I feel there's a language coming from them and not just the frequency. And it's like we're building up a communication sort of with them. And the more I'm playing them, the more I'm attached to them naturally, the same as working with crystals and stuff. But there is another layer to the sound coming through. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's being said or anything at the moment, but it's just like there's another layer of communication apart from the sound coming through. So that was really nice that you picked up on that. Your voices, both of them, it was like what I got from yourself, Sarah, it was almost like an angelic being coming in and giving me messages. I don't know what it was about, but it was just calming. And with yourself, Joanne, it was just like I was getting a power boost to do something. It was like for me, it was like the motivation coming in and saying, okay, get up and do it. You know, you can do it. And it was just giving me that push for whatever needs to be done or needs to be said, which I know before we were speaking about, I've got someone I'm not listening to or I'm not acting upon what I'm being told. And therefore my ears are playing up a little bit. So I think this was the motivation, just get up and start doing it, you know, whether the resources are there or not, just get up and get the ball rolling. So that was very interesting.
Very interesting.
Thank you, Joanne.
Yeah, well, thank you for that feedback. I agree. There is a language that's being shared that is over and above what we're hearing with our physical ears. There's like a whole conversation, Sarah, when you were doing your sounds. I mean, I felt like there was a whole story that was being shared with us in the light language that was just so beautiful. And like David said, it was very angelic sounding and just crystal clear and beautiful. It really was. And I noticed while you were singing, and also when David, when you were doing the chalices, I was getting intense heart palpitations. So I feel like you mentioned the heart, you know, that you could feel when I was toning, and David, and the inspiration from the heart, I think. Well, I was working with the emerald green ray also while I was doing my bit. And of course, that's all about the heart chakra. So I just, David, the chalices, it almost at one point got overpowering, not in a negative way, but just like so big. It's like, oh my goodness, I didn't remember them as sounding as loud before. Maybe it's because you're on your phone. I don't know.
I think they are increasing. Their frequency and vibration is increasing the more I'm working with them. Yeah. And I had to hold back because they were a quarter of the volume that they are now playing. So, yeah, they are increasing. I agree, Joanne.
Yes. Well, it was, I mean, you know, and sometimes that intensity plus the sound of it, the literal sound of the tone, it is like a force that's being driven into your body. And that's what I was.
Sorry.
Hearing. No, it was great. I loved it. And with yours, Sarah, it was a soft presence, but no less like penetrating. So my heart was getting very activated with both of you, and also with my section too. So there must have been a lot of working on our heart chakra today. Yeah. It's really nice.
Obviously, that's what they chose. Because at the end of the day, I think we all just trust. You do what you do with the grails, you do with what you do, Joanne, I do what I do, and I just hold the intention for the highest good. And if that's what comes out, you know, and I really did feel, and sometimes with the greater energies, I mean, that there were times with the drum when it was really vibrating, and I was thinking, yes, but is this potentially not the supporting of that clearing of those energies that people are ready to let go of, that have served their purpose? We can't clear things that people aren't ready to let go of.
That's right.
We can clear the things that have served their purpose, and it is time for them to go. Mm-hmm. And it's trusting that for all of us. And so there were amazing sounds and energies there. Thank you so very much.
Can I just share an image that I just started getting? We were talking about the power of this and the clearing. Well, I was watching, I love medical dramas, and I was watching one last night, and they had to like put the paddles on a couple of people that were having heart attacks or whatever. And I was remembering how they're like, everybody stand out, and they put the paddles on and clear, and then bam. I was like, that's a little bit how I was feeling today. We're getting cleared and then raised up again.
Oh, brilliant. Any final words from either of you before we actually sort of finish for today?
No, just thank you for another wonderful afternoon. I really enjoy it and love getting together with you.
Yeah, and thank you. It's a chance for the Grail to sing, and they're always crying out. So to play and sing more. So thanks for this additional opportunity to get them out there and singing and doing whatever they're doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much to both Joanne and to David. I have put their website addresses into the chat, and I will make sure if you're watching this on YouTube that you can see them under the video as well. do connect with us. We all love working with the energies that we work with. We know that's what we're here to do. So please feel free to connect with us if that feels right for you. Thank you to both of you. Next week, it's actually going to be a morning program for me here in the UK because my guest is in New Zealand. So 7:30 a.m. in the morning, Wednesday, the 7th of August in UK, and that's 6:30 p.m. in New Zealand. And I'm being joined by Mary Jo Halligan, and she's going to be sharing quantum healing hypnosis technique. So that's something new for me to learn, or to learn about. So thank you to you all. Take care, be safe, stay well, and please experience those energies as often as you like. Namaste, sweet souls.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.